Male witches, often portrayed as individuals of great mystical knowledge, are deeply connected to the occult and the secrets of nature. The occult refers to hidden or arcane knowledge, information, and practices that are not accessible to the general public or mainstream science. It encompasses areas such as astrology, divination, alchemy, and the understanding of energies that govern both the physical and spiritual realms. For male witches, this knowledge is not just a subject of fascination, but a powerful tool that shapes their lives and practices. From an early age, male witches often exhibit a natural curiosity about the world around them. They are drawn to the unknown, eager to explore what lies beyond the visible and tangible. Their understanding of the occult is not limited to theoretical knowledge, but is often complemented by hands-on experiences and deep introspective study. This pursuit of hidden knowledge is more than intellectual. It is an exploration of the spiritual and energetic forces that bind the universe. Male witches often feel an intrinsic connection to the energies around them, whether it be the vibrations of the earth, the pull of the moon, or the whispers of the wind. In many traditions, nature is seen as a mirror of the cosmic order, a reflection of the spiritual world. Male witches, therefore, are particularly attuned to the natural world. They understand that nature is not just a physical entity, but a dynamic system of energies, cycles, and rhythms. The changing seasons, the movement of the stars, and the blooming of flowers are all seen as manifestations of deeper truths. For them, nature becomes a guide, a source of wisdom, and a repository of secrets. Their knowledge is not confined to the surface level understanding of plants, animals, or the environment, but delves into the metaphysical aspects of these elements. For example, male witches may study herbs not only for their physical properties, but for their spiritual significance and magical uses. Each herb, plant, or tree carries a unique vibration or energy, and male witches understand how to harness this energy to enhance their magical workings. Some plants may be used for protection, while others may be for healing or love spells. The knowledge of how to properly gather, prepare, and use these plants is often passed down through generations, often through secretive or guarded teachings. Similarly, male witches are adept at understanding and interpreting the signs of nature, the movements of animals, the way the wind blows, the patterns of clouds, and the phases of the moon all carry messages. These signs are believed to convey hidden truths or foretell future events. Male witches use their knowledge of these signs to guide their decisions, perform rituals, or predict outcomes. For instance, observing the flight patterns of birds may help them understand impending changes or challenges, while the lunar phases may guide the timing of their magical workings. One of the most profound aspects of a male witch's connection to the occult and nature's secrets is their ability to tap into the unseen forces that govern reality. This connection goes beyond intellectual understanding and becomes a deep, intuitive knowing. It is often described as a feeling or a gut instinct that guides their actions. Whether they are performing a spell, casting a protection charm, or simply walking through the woods, male witches are constantly aware of the energetic currents around them. This sensitivity to the unseen allows them to manipulate energy and magic in ways that seem mysterious to others. Male witches also develop a sense of spiritual responsibility. With the knowledge they gain comes an awareness of the delicate balance between the forces they work with. They understand that the power of the occult should not be used recklessly, and that their actions have consequences that ripple through the spiritual and physical realms. This responsibility requires wisdom, patience, and discipline. Male witches often engage in deep self-reflection, meditation, or study to hone their understanding of the mystical forces they work with, ensuring that they remain in harmony with the universe and do not abuse the power they possess. In conclusion, the knowledge of the occult and nature's secrets is central to the identity of a male witch. It is not just an academic pursuit, but a lifelong journey of understanding, experience, and connection to the energies of the world. Male witches are not just practitioners of magic. They are seekers of truth, tapping into the ancient wisdom that resides both within and outside of themselves. Their mastery of the occult and their deep bond with nature make them unique individuals, capable of navigating the unseen forces that shape the universe. A male witch's charisma and persuasive abilities are often highlighted as some of the most distinct and powerful traits that set them apart. These qualities are not simply about charm or superficial influence. They delve much deeper into the male witch's ability to connect with others on an energetic, emotional, and spiritual level. Charisma in this context goes beyond physical attraction or charm. It is an inherent magnetism that draws people in, making them feel seen, understood, and even transformed. When combined with persuasion, this charisma becomes a potent force, enabling the male witch to influence those around him and shape the outcomes of situations in subtle yet profound ways. To this end, Kidmis can offer confidence, use it. One of the fundamental elements of a male witch's charisma is their deep understanding of human nature. They are highly perceptive, often able to read people's emotions, desires, and fears with startling accuracy. This sensitivity allows them to connect with others on a much deeper level than most, making individuals feel as if they are the center of attention, even in a crowded room. The male witch's ability to listen attentively, reflect back what others feel, and validate their experiences creates a sense of trust and admiration. People are naturally drawn to those who make them feel understood, and this is a skill that a male witch masters over time. His ability to tune into the energies of others makes him a powerful figure in any social situation. Additionally, a male witch's charisma often comes from his confidence. This confidence is not based on arrogance, but rather on an inner certainty about himself and his abilities. He is comfortable in his own skin, aware of his unique gifts, and is unafraid to express his true self. This authenticity, combined with the self-assuredness that comes from mastering both the mystical arts and the human experience, is magnetic. People are naturally attracted to individuals who exude this kind of confidence, as it offers them a sense of safety and reassurance. When the male witch speaks, people listen because they sense that his words are rooted in a deep understanding of the world around him, both the seen and unseen. The persuasive power of a male witch goes hand in hand with his charismatic nature. Persuasion, in the context of witchcraft, is not about manipulation or coercion, but about the art of influencing others through words, energy, and presence. A male witch can inspire others to follow his guidance, change their perspective, or take action based on the energy he projects. This is often achieved through a combination of verbal and nonverbal communication. His voice might be soothing yet compelling, his gestures deliberate and purposeful. Every word he speaks carries weight, as if it is imbued with the magic of intention. When a male witch communicates, it is not simply about transmitting information. It is about channeling an energy that resonates deeply with his audience. Furthermore, male witches often possess a keen understanding of timing. Knowing when to speak, when to remain silent, and when to take action is an essential part of their persuasive power. They understand the ebb and flow of energy in social situations and can sense when someone is most receptive to influence. Whether it's offering comfort to a distressed individual, guiding a group through a difficult decision, or encouraging someone to take a leap of faith, the male witch knows how to tap into the right moment to make his impact. This awareness of timing is an aspect of the male witch's ability to read not just individuals, but entire situations, allowing him to navigate social dynamics with precision. One of the most profound aspects of a male witch's persuasion lies in his ability to inspire belief. Whether or not others are aware of the magical forces at play, the male witch has the unique ability to instill a sense of hope, purpose, or determination in others. He knows how to make people believe in themselves, in the power of their own potential, and in the possibility of change. His presence acts as a catalyst for transformation, sparking new ideas, encouraging growth, and empowering others to pursue their desires. This ability to inspire is one of the reasons why male witches are often viewed as natural leaders, as they can rally people to a cause, a goal, or a shared vision. In conclusion, the charisma and persuasive power of a male witch are far from superficial traits. They are deeply rooted in his understanding of human nature, his own self-assurance, and his ability to connect with others on a profound level. These qualities allow him to influence and guide those around him not through force or manipulation, but through genuine energy, intention, and belief. Charisma, when combined with persuasion, becomes a tool that enables the male witch to shape outcomes, inspire change, and create lasting impact. It is a gift that, when used with wisdom and integrity, can transform both the individual and the collective in powerful ways. The ability to shapeshift is one of the most intriguing and mystifying traits attributed to male witches in folklore and mysticism. Shapeshifting refers to the supernatural ability to transform one's physical form into that of another being, commonly an animal, but sometimes even an object or another person. This power is often depicted as a sign of a deep mystical connection to the natural world and the spiritual realm. Male witches who possess this ability are seen as not only powerful beings capable of manipulating their environment, but also as individuals who have transcended the limitations of their human form. At its core, shapeshifting reflects a male witch's profound mastery over both the material and spiritual realms. By changing their form, a male witch is able to break the barriers between the physical and the metaphysical, representing the fluidity of nature and the interconnectedness of all life. The act of transforming into an animal is often symbolic, showing the witch's ability to tap into the primal energies of the earth, embodying the essence of the creature they transform into. This connection can bring about extraordinary powers, from heightened senses to superhuman strength, depending on the animal or entity that the witch assumes. For instance, male witches may take the form of a wolf, symbolizing strength, independence, and a connection to the wild, untamed aspects of nature. Wolves are often seen as creatures of the night, stealthy and powerful, with an acute sense of awareness. When a male witch transforms into a wolf, they are not merely changing physically, but are aligning themselves with the wolf's inherent traits: agility, cunning, and a heightened connection to the spiritual world. This form can serve many purposes, from moving through the forest undetected to gaining insights from the spirits of the wild. Similarly, the transformation into an owl is another common motif in shape-shifting lore. Owls are frequently associated with wisdom, mystery, and the ability to see beyond the veil of ordinary perception. A male witch who assumes the form of an owl is believed to gain not only enhanced vision and perception, but also an expanded awareness of the spiritual world. Owls are creatures that operate at night, and their transformation allows the witch to work with the hidden forces of the dark, whether it's divination, protection, or exploring the secrets of the unseen. This ability to see in the dark can be both literal and symbolic, allowing the witch to navigate areas of life or the spirit world that are otherwise concealed. Shapeshifting can also take on a more defensive or aggressive role depending on the intent of the male witch. For example, a male witch might shift into a bear to invoke courage, power, and a sense of invulnerability. Bears are often symbols of protection and strength, and their transformation can allow the witch to channel these energies in situations that require great fortitude. In these cases, shapeshifting becomes more than just a magical act. It's a representation of the witch's ability to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity. The practice of shape-shifting in many cultures is not limited to transformations into animals. Male witches are sometimes believed to have the power to take on the form of elemental forces such as fire, water, or air, allowing them to wield control over these natural elements. For example, transforming into a gust of wind can grant the witch the ability to travel swiftly or summon storms, while turning into water may provide the power to heal or cleanse. These transformations are seen as extensions of the male witch's mastery over the natural world, granting them the power to interact with and influence the elements that sustain life. However, shapeshifting is not always depicted as an easy or simple task. In many stories and traditions, the process of transformation requires great effort, concentration, and magical skill. A male witch must first establish a deep connection with the animal or form they wish to assume. This connection is not only physical, but also spiritual. The witch must understand the nature of the creature or element they wish to embody and be in harmony with its essence. This is why shape-shifting is often seen as a rite of passage, a marker of the witches growing mastery over their craft and the natural forces they seek to control. Moreover, the consequences of shape-shifting are not always positive. In some traditions, it is believed that constant or reckless transformation can cause a loss of one's human identity or soul. A male witch who shifts too often or without care might become trapped in the form they've taken, unable to return to their human body. This cautionary element serves as a reminder of the power and responsibility that comes with such magical abilities. In conclusion, the ability to shapeshift is a central and powerful mark of a male witch. It speaks to their deep understanding of the forces of nature, their ability to transcend the limitations of the human form, and their capacity to embody the essence of other beings. Through shapeshifting, a male witch is able to harness the strengths and qualities of the creatures or elements they transform into, using this power to navigate both the physical and spiritual realms. Whether for protection, transformation, or empowerment, shapeshifting serves as a potent tool in the male witch's magical arsenal. The connection to dark forces is one of the most widely recognized and often feared traits of male witches in folklore and mystical traditions. Throughout history, witches, particularly male witches, have been portrayed as individuals who possess a unique relationship with the unseen, darker realms of existence. These dark forces are often associated with power, mystery, and the unknown, and the male witch's connection to them serves as a symbol of their ability to access hidden knowledge and manipulate energies that others cannot comprehend. This connection does not necessarily imply that the male witch is evil. Rather, it indicates a deep engagement with forces that are beyond ordinary human understanding. In many cultures, dark forces are believed to be the energies that exist beyond the material world, forces that operate in the shadows, beyond the reach of conventional knowledge and perception. These forces are not inherently malevolent, but they are often associated with death, transformation, and the unknown. For male witches, their relationship with these forces often symbolizes their ability to navigate the mysterious and chaotic aspects of life. By tapping into these dark energies, male witches are believed to possess the power to alter the course of events, influence the unseen, and bring about change in ways that others might find unsettling. One of the most significant aspects of a male witch's connection to dark forces is their understanding of death and the afterlife. Many male witches are seen as possessing a deep knowledge of death, not in a morbid sense, but in the way it is interwoven with the cycle of life. The ability to communicate with the dead or to summon spirits is often attributed to male witches, as they are believed to be able to cross the boundary between the living and the dead. This connection to the world of spirits allows the male witch to receive guidance from those who have passed, gaining insights into hidden truths or future events. This is a powerful and sometimes unsettling ability, as it suggests that the male witch is capable of interacting with the forces that govern life and death in ways that most people cannot. Furthermore, the connection to dark forces also reflects the male witch's ability to work with energies that are associated with transformation and change. In many traditions, dark forces are seen as agents of transformation, capable of breaking down old structures and making way for new ones. This is particularly important for male witches who are engaged in magic. By aligning themselves with these forces, male witches can bring about significant change, whether in their own lives or in the world around them. This ability to manipulate the forces of destruction and creation allows the male witch to wield power in profound ways. enabling them to heal, protect, or even curse, depending on their intentions. However, the male witch's connection to dark forces is not without its risks. In many folklore traditions, it is believed that dealing with these forces requires great caution and discipline. Dark forces are often portrayed as being volatile and unpredictable. While they may offer immense power, they can also bring harm if not handled properly. A male witch who becomes too immersed in these forces may find himself consumed by them, losing his sense of identity or control. In some stories, male witches who attempt to control or dominate the dark forces may become corrupted by them, leading to their downfall. This is why many traditions emphasize the importance of balance and respect when working with dark energies. A male witch must understand that while he may have the power to wield these forces, he must also be mindful of their consequences. The ability to work with dark forces also speaks to the male witch's courage and resilience. By engaging with these powerful and mysterious energies, the male witch demonstrates his willingness to confront the unknown and to embrace the parts of existence that others might fear or reject. This connection to the darker aspects of life is often seen as a test of the male witch's strength, both physically and spiritually. It requires him to face his own fears, doubts, and limitations, pushing beyond the boundaries of conventional understanding. Moreover, the male witch's relationship with dark forces is often tied to his personal journey of growth and enlightenment. In many traditions, the process of engaging with the darkness is seen as a necessary step toward achieving spiritual maturity. By working with these energies, the male witch is believed to gain deeper insights into the nature of existence, the self, and the universe. This journey is not without its challenges, but it is ultimately seen as a path of transformation, where the male witch evolves into a more powerful and enlightened being. In conclusion, the connection to dark forces is a central and powerful aspect of the male witch's identity. It symbolizes their ability to navigate the unknown, work with transformative energies, and transcend the limitations of the material world. While this connection brings great power, it also requires discipline, respect, and a deep understanding of the forces at play. Male witches who engage with dark forces are not necessarily evil. Rather, they are individuals who possess the courage and wisdom to work with the mysterious aspects of existence, seeking to bring balance, change, and understanding to the world around them. Mastery of rituals and spells is one of the most distinctive and revered traits of a male witch. This mastery represents not only the practical use of magic, but also a deep connection to the unseen forces that govern the universe. A male witch who has achieved proficiency in rituals and spells is often seen as a figure of immense power and knowledge, capable of harnessing the forces of nature, the elements, and the spirit world to achieve his desired outcomes. This mastery is not acquired overnight. It requires years of study, practice, and dedication, often passed down through secret teachings, ancient texts, and personal experiences. Rituals are an essential part of the magical practices of male witches. A ritual is a carefully crafted series of actions, words, and symbols designed to invoke a specific outcome or connect the practitioner with a spiritual force. Rituals often take place at particular times, such as during certain phases of the moon or at specific times of day, as the alignment of celestial bodies is believed to influence the potency of the magic being performed. These rituals can range from simple acts, such as lighting a candle to focus intention, to complex ceremonies that involve intricate steps, offerings, and invocations. The mastery of rituals requires a deep understanding of timing, symbolism, and the energy dynamics at play. A male witch must learn to feel and work with the energies present in the environment, whether it be the energy of the earth, the air, the water, or the fire. Each element carries its own set of powers and associations, and a male witch must know when and how to invoke them for his purposes. For example, fire is often used in rituals related to transformation, destruction, or purification, while water is invoked for healing, intuition, and emotional matters. Earth is associated with grounding, stability, and abundance, while air is invoked for intellect, communication, and new beginnings. In addition to understanding the elements, a male witch must also become adept at using symbols and correspondences. These symbols could include runes, sigils, or other ancient signs, each carrying specific meanings and powers. For instance, a symbol for protection might be used in a ritual to ward off negative energies or malevolent forces. A male witch who is skilled in the use of these symbols can weave them into his rituals, enhancing the potency of his magic. The use of symbols is not limited to written signs. Even the arrangement of objects or the act of drawing certain shapes in the air can hold deep magical significance. Spells, on the other hand, are often seen as the practical application of magical knowledge. A spell is a specific invocation, usually involving words, gestures, and sometimes the use of magical tools to bring about a desired effect. Male witches who are masters of spells understand that words hold power. The language used in spells is thought to carry vibrations that can influence the spiritual and physical worlds. Therefore, the phrasing of a spell must be precise and intentional. A small mistake in the wording could result in unintended consequences, making it crucial for the male witch to be both deliberate and careful in his practice. In addition to verbal components, spells often require the use of magical tools such as wands, cauldrons, crystals, and candles. These tools are believed to amplify the witch's intention and help channel the energy necessary to bring about the desired change. A male witch must learn how to properly use these tools, understanding the specific properties of each and how they align with the intentions of the spell. For example, a wand made of oak might be used for spells related to strength and protection, while a crystal like amethyst could be used to enhance intuition or psychic abilities. The power of a spell is also tied to the emotional and mental state of the practitioner. A male witch must be able to focus his mind and emotions on the outcome of the spell, as any distraction or doubt can weaken the magic. This requires not only skill, but also emotional control. The ability to enter into a meditative state and raise energy through ritual or incantation is a hallmark of a master spellcaster. The male witch must channel his willpower and focus to direct the energy he is invoking, ensuring that it flows in the right direction and manifests the desired outcome. Mastery of rituals and spells is not simply about gaining power, it is also about the responsibility that comes with it. Male witches who practice magic must understand the ethical implications of their actions. Magic, when used incorrectly or selfishly, can have serious consequences. Therefore, a male witch must be aware of the balance between light and dark forces, using his powers wisely and with respect. Many male witches are taught to adhere to certain moral codes, such as the Wiccan read, "In it harm none, do what ye will," which guides them to perform magic that does not cause harm to others or the world around them. In conclusion, mastery of rituals and spells is a fundamental aspect of the male witch's practice. This mastery requires not only technical skill in performing rituals and casting spells, but also a deep spiritual understanding of the forces at work in the universe. A male witch who is proficient in these practices is able to tap into the hidden energies of the world, manipulating them to bring about change, healing, protection, or transformation. However, with this power comes the responsibility to wield it wisely and ethically, ensuring that magic is used for the greater good and not for selfish or harmful purposes. Loneliness and isolation are often intrinsic aspects of a male witch's life, both reflecting and shaping his path within the magical and spiritual realms. These qualities are not merely a result of external circumstances, but are frequently seen as vital components of a male witch's personal and mystical journey. The life of a male witch, steeped in the practice of magic, is often one of solitude, not out of choice to be disconnected from society, but as a necessary condition for his growth, concentration, and deepening understanding of the esoteric forces at play in the universe. One of the primary reasons for a male witch's isolation is the nature of his practice. Magic, especially of the more advanced and mystical types, requires a high degree of concentration and introspection. In order to tap into the unseen energies of the world, a male witch must cultivate a deep and singular focus. This often means spending long hours in quiet meditation, studying ancient texts, or practicing rituals that demand privacy and solitude. Such practices can be challenging in a world that is filled with distractions, and for a male witch, the need for isolation becomes almost a spiritual necessity. The deeper a witch delves into the mysteries of the occult, the more he finds that true understanding often comes in moments of profound solitude, away from the noise and interference of the mundane world. Moreover, the path of a male witch is often one of secrecy. Many male witches work in the shadows, either by necessity or by choice, as their magical practices are frequently misunderstood or feared by those around them. Society's perception of witchcraft, especially male witchcraft, is often filled with suspicion, and as a result, male witches may find themselves isolated from their communities or even persecuted for their beliefs and practices. In cultures where witchcraft is associated with malevolence or danger, male witches might prefer to remain hidden, fearing for their safety or the rejection of those they love. This fear of being judged or ostracized often leads to physical and emotional isolation, as the male witch seeks to protect both his magical work and his personal identity. This isolation is not always a passive experience, however. For many male witches, it becomes a conscious choice, a way to hone their skills and deepen their connection to the spiritual world. The practice of witchcraft often involves journeys into the unseen, places that require the witch to confront his inner self, his fears, and his desires. This process can be intensely personal and requires a level of introspection that is hard to achieve in the presence of others. Solitude, in this context, is not a form of loneliness, but rather a tool for self-discovery and personal growth. It allows the witch to distance himself from worldly concerns and immerse fully in the esoteric work that defines his life. In addition to the personal benefits of solitude, there is also a sense of spiritual necessity. In many magical traditions, it is believed that in order to truly understand the forces of nature and the spirit world, one must first master the art of being alone. This isolation is often seen as a rite of passage, where the witch can attune himself to the energies of the universe without external distractions. It is during these solitary moments that a male witch can cultivate the deep intuition and spiritual insight that are central to his craft. These moments of being alone are not merely for reflection, but are seen as times when the witch can commune with the unseen world, receiving guidance from spiritual entities, ancestors, or the elements themselves. Despite the necessity and value of solitude, there are certainly emotional and psychological challenges that come with it. Loneliness, especially prolonged loneliness, can take a toll on a male witch's mental and emotional well-being. The deep connection to the spiritual and magical worlds can sometimes create a sense of disconnection from the human world, leading the witch to feel as though he does not belong in either realm. This duality can create feelings of isolation, both physical and emotional, as the male witch navigates a space between the earthly and the mystical. In these moments, the witch might feel detached from his peers or loved ones, unable to fully connect with the concerns and daily lives of those around him. Furthermore, the path of isolation can sometimes lead to feelings of alienation or even bitterness. A male witch, particularly one who feels persecuted for his beliefs or misunderstood by society, may struggle with feelings of resentment or a sense of being an outsider. This alienation can lead to self-doubt or a desire to withdraw even further from society, reinforcing the cycle of isolation. Over time, these feelings can create a barrier between the male witch and the world, making it difficult to maintain meaningful relationships or connections. However, this loneliness is often temporary or cyclical. Many male witches eventually come to understand that their isolation, while sometimes painful, is also a necessary part of their spiritual evolution. The wisdom they gain in their solitude can become a source of strength, and over time, they learn to reconcile their inner worlds with the outer world. They may come to realize that their solitude is not a reflection of their inadequacy, but a manifestation of their deep commitment to their craft and their spiritual journey. In conclusion, loneliness and isolation are complex and multifaceted aspects of the life of a male witch. While these experiences can bring feelings of alienation and separation, they are also a vital part of the witch's path toward mastery, self-discovery, and spiritual understanding. Through solitude, a male witch cultivates a deeper connection to the unseen forces of the universe and hones his magical abilities. One calls back what he keeps together. He has a consciousness of his own life. Although this isolation can be challenging, it ultimately serves as a transformative space where the witch can grow, evolve, and refine his craft. The solitude that defines his journey is not a burden, but rather a powerful tool in his quest for wisdom and mastery.